Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rooted Souls Life. Rooted Souls Life. So, previously, this channel was called Wandering with Liz, and I'm kind of experimenting with something different here, which is going more into a different phase of my life. I feel as if I've kind of shifted gears. So, I want to rebrand this and name it Rooted Souls Life. So there'll still be like travel vlogs and things like this, but I want to talk a lot more about expansion, philosophies, soap making, rootedness, and different things like that. So I've really changed course with that. It's always been happening in the background, but now I just feel the inspiration to share it more publicly. So I can share my rooted life with others, and inspire people with that and talk about it. So, okay. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's get started. Today's topic is the new moon in Taurus. So, new moon in Taurus. Hello, astrology people. Hello, welcome in. So, as I'm recording this, it is the day before the new moon in Taurus, but I'm already feeling Taurus's beautiful, sensual presence, and I've been being called recently into just being more in touch with my body and really being challenged to be consistent. Um, Taurus energy does not come naturally to me. And that's why I'm going to talk about it because I feel like I've got a lot of thoughts with it and I want to share about the new moon and some different things that we can think about with this time, but also with the Taurus energy, just what is it about, right? Okay, so what is the Taurus energy? So Taurus is grounded. Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus is very sensual, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Taurus is an earth sign, yes, but very stubborn as well because it's very fixed in its ways. It's very defined with like what a Taurus might believe in, its sense of identity or rootedness, and all of these like deep, deep roots about what it is that they might value or feel or just their presence and the way that they live their life. It is so interesting to me how somebody could be so sure and so aware of their bodily needs, their material world, their physical world, their inner world, their body. Um, yeah, the Taurus energy is simply solid. Um, Having said that, though, Taurus also can be very stubborn and fixed in their ways. So, like when it comes to maybe growth or different perspectives from different people, it's very, very hard to get them to maybe listen or be open to a different way of something, um, because they're very in touch with what they know and what works for them. Um, but I have found that with Taurus, they usually aren't too interested in the very eccentric Aquarius like me because I have so many viewpoints and um, I go from extremely non-traditional approaches when it comes to like philosophies. So yeah, there's just that to mention about the Taurus. With that they can be very fixed in their ways, and that's just what it is. So with the new moon in Taurus, So this year we have had a lot of energy going on with the astrology up in the universe. We finished finally the eclipse season. Finally, we have finished the retrograde season of Venus, which was retrograde. Mars was also retrograde. And then we also had a Mercury retrograde as well. Mercury retrograde happens multiple times in a year. I believe it's about 3 times a year. So that's like nothing new. But when it comes to Venus being retrograde, that happens like every 4-ish years, I believe. So every time it comes around, it calls you to look at your self-worth, your finances, because Venus and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So when Venus goes retrograde, it's about looking at your worth, your roots, your love, your body, your health, your finances, all of these things, because those are very earthy things. And so when Venus goes retrograde, all of those things are going to be shaken up. So I don't know. Taurus is out there. How did you handle this Venus retrograde that happened? It was like from March until beginning of April. So, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. It was from end of February until April. So, Tauruses, how did you handle the Venus retrograde being a Taurus? Because I found it quite challenging as an Aquarius ruled chart. Um, and it challenged a lot of my things and the whole entire like system of everything, it felt like had completely gotten shaken up. And now I'm just in that moment of gooiness of what is this mess, essentially. And I'm trying to integrate the changes and manifest abundance, right? Yeah, growth is hard. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, all right, with intentions here for the new moon. So, what kind of things are coming to light first off? So, actually, if you want to go specifically into your chart, you need to look at where Taurus is in your chart. So, we've got the wheel, the zodiac wheel. I'm using Western tropical astrology. So you've got the wheel of astrology with all of the houses. If you don't have planets in a house, that's fine. You still need to look at the sign of Taurus and see what house it is in for you to understand what is being called for you to look at for this new moon in Taurus. So I am going to go through it though. So new moon in Taurus, if you've got Aries rising, what do you need to look at, right? So Aries risings, hello, new moon in Taurus, what do you need to look at? Okay. This is going to be challenging in making you look at your money, finances, self-esteem. Okay. So these are some things that are going to be a theme right now for manifesting of what you're looking for abundance as well. Um, so with the next one, Taurus rising, what do you need to look at? Taurus rising, this is all about you, yourself, your identity, appearance, your goals, just things that you identify yourself with. It's possible maybe you're gonna change up your look. Yeah. Something about the self. Okay. All right. So next we've got Gemini. Gemini. So Gemini, this is all about your closure, your spirituality, your hidden psyche, your like subconscious healing patterns. Very deep things here you're called to look at. Um, Next one is Cancer. So Cancer, you're going to be looking at your friends, social life, networking, community, groups. So again, just a reminder, this is for your rising sign. So you need to look at what your rising sign is in your chart. Okay. All right. Next, we've got Leo. So Leo, this is the 10th house. Taurus is transiting through the 10th house. So Leo is Leo rising. This is about your career, your public life, your job, and reputation as well. So you're being called to put some new energy and manifestations into your career. Virgo risings, this is in your 9th house. And for Virgos, this is very different type of Taurus energy, but this is about expansion, travel, learning, culture, your identity of self-expansion when it comes to like philosophy and um, also very deep topics of like what is the meaning of life and what is your value system, but when you're looking at it from a worldly point of view. Um, Ninth house is the ruler of travel, so maybe you're feeling stagnated and you want to go on trips. And so that's what abundance looks like to you, of having freedom for travel, freedom of learning, and that is what is deeply rooted in your value system, just the freedom to be able to learn of cultures and what that looks like for you. Next one, we've got Libra rising. So Libra, this is going into intimacy, the 8th house, attachments, mental health, and a rebirth as well. So it's like going into the deep depths of the phoenix rising with you and your health, like not physical health, but your mental health, and helping you get reborn, Libras. Uh, Next is Scorpio. So this is going into the 7th house. Scorpio risings, you're being called to look at your relationships, your partnerships, and your love relationships as well. Maybe you need to put in new energy. Maybe it's not as deep as you're wanting. It depends on you. So looking at your relationships. All right, next we've got Sagittarius rising. So Sagittarius, this is in your 6th house, which in 6th house is ruled by health and routines, your daily life. So putting in new energy into that. Maybe you need to revamp your routines. Maybe you're having problems with your health right now, or you've gotten sick and you really need to take better care with your diet, or finding a different routine that helps with food that you eat, simply. And then we've got the Capricorn rising. So this is going into your 5th house. Ooh, 5th house of creativity, joy. Also kids, romance, leisure, being authentic with your creative endeavors and passions. So if something's out of balance here with your creativity, it's going to be like a loud bell. Woo! Of like, yes, this is my calling. I must be doing these creative passions. So that's quite beautiful energy, Capricorn risings. Okay, next one is Aquarius risings. So this is going into family, your roots. So this is the 4th house, and also home. So what feels emotionally safe? What feels like home? Um, Maybe there are some issues when it comes to the home right now. Maybe it's been really shaken up for you, some really challenging things. Or maybe just looking back on what it is that home means to you and how you can create this for yourself for the long run, Aquarius risings. Um, and building a foundation, like a good, solid foundation that will last, Aquarius risings. Next, Pisces risings. So this is about communication, learning. So this is the 3rd house, talking, using your voice. connections, talking. So there could be a lot of inspiration right now. Maybe the feeling of wanting to write or podcasting or being very social and talking with, it could be friends, but just remember this is about communication. So there could be some things that are being challenged as well, since this is a new moon. But right now it's good to just like put in new intentions into these areas of your life. All right, so I did all of the signs from the zodiac. So once you look at your rising and you look at where Taurus is in your chart, then you can kind of see like what it is that this new moon is calling for you to put energy and put attention and care into. So for the new moon in Taurus, I have some recommendations. So Taurus is a lot about presence. So for this new moon, being very present is what you're being called to do right now. And this looks like slowing down. This looks like sitting and watching the sunset and sipping tea quietly. This looks like going for a very mindful walk, slowly feeling the earth, the sand, the forest, the pavement, slowly and beautifully. This looks like pleasure. So, what kind of things bring you long-lasting pleasure? Tap into your sensuality, maybe dance, some movement, your favorite foods, and really getting in touch with your senses and how your body feels, and also just sitting in that sweet honey and just letting it drip slowly and just really enjoying the experience of having a body. Because if you take the time to like slow down and feel your body in slowness, that presence is so meaningful. And it really allows you to take the time to understand where you're coming from with these themes of what you're being called to look at. And as I'm recording this, I am feeling so present. I can hear the sound of the beautiful, what is it, crickets? I love it. The sound of the nature. And my breath feels really nice and slow. And I don't feel the need to even rush with telling this message. I feel really thankful because with Taurus season, we have been needing grounding from this year. It's been really highly energized year so far, 2025. The year of the snake. Also in numerology, it's the year of nine, and nine is the year of karma endings. So a lot of shedding. And So there's been a lot of shedding, but now it's like, okay, we're in Taurus season and this is the moment of integration. So you shed your skin. You've been shedding a lot of things, a lot of very challenging, hurtful things. Karma, it could be self-worth, relationships, career, maybe all at the same time has been for me. Home, anything. Maybe your whole entire life has been shaken up from the complete root. I know. Um, but now we're in the sweet slowness of Taurus. And this is the moment where you're able to integrate these changes. And what is it that you want to build? How can you help build a foundation for yourself? It's beautiful. So, what can you do on this new moon? I recommend sitting, watching nature. You can journal about the future that you see yourself in and talk or write as if you've already claimed it and you're already in that abundance. Words are spells, and words hold weight. But what kind of weight do you want your words to have? Right? Your words are manifesting your reality as you're speaking. So, what kind of weight do you want your words to hold? Yeah. Burning a candle and just watching it burn. When you're candlelight, having your favorite foods. Yeah. Maybe a very indulgent, beautiful home cooked meal with some close friends, with your husband or wife or partner. Um, just sitting and petting your cat. What brings you comfort? Think about that with Taurus. Alrighty. So I'm gonna pull a tarot card here to see what the energy is. I want to smell jasmine. I have an abundance of essential oils, all of my essential oils. And I feel like smelling jasmine as I do this reading. So, with this integration, I have another thing to add. So, collectively, we have gone into North Node in Pisces. And so with all of these changes, it's maybe been very hard for you to understand what direction you're going. And the thing is, you have to release control. It doesn't mean that you need to completely surrender per se, but you have to release that need to understand and control where it is that you're going. So obviously, having goals and being consistent with them, this is how you can show up for yourself. But also having that presence and trust and knowing that whatever it is meant for you will find you. And just sitting in that and knowing that the abundance is here with whatever that means for you. And trusting that it's just going to fall in place. And with Pisces, Pisces is also very in tune with signs. So you could ask and manifest that when something is aligned for you, that you'll have a sign. Maybe it's an angel number or a phrase, like maybe you're looking for a home that is abundant and long lasting for you. So the phrase that you're looking for that's your sign is welcome home, you know? And it'll make sense to only you because you are the one that put out in the universe that you're looking for a specific sign. So you'll be aware of the sign when you see the sign. So I'm going to think about that for myself because I've been feeling pretty lost. So, um, and I'm just trying to be in that presence of where am I going in some ways, but I have to just trust that the sign will find me, and when it's aligned, what is meant for me will come. So, with the new moon in Taurus, what energy are we looking here for? Yeah. Okay. So I pulled, do I need to have anything else? One more. Okay. Beautiful. I dropped them both. All right. So what did I pull here? I pulled the Ten of Swords and then the Knight of Pentacles. So, Ten of Swords, it's been heavy. It's been really heavy. Maybe you're feeling extremely burnt out and like all these responsibilities and things that you've been trying to do just are weighing you down rather than lifting you up. And we're coming to the conclusion and end of this cycle. Yes, this year we have shed a lot of things. So now you're in this moment of, do you want to put them down? Do you want to put down those heavy burdens and that weight that you've been holding? Are you ready? It's already been called for you to release it. It's already been let go. If you fully let it go and let it fall, even though it's so scary. Change is very scary, especially when it's not you that made the change happen. Sometimes things just change and it's out of your control, right? So the Knight of Pentacles is about trusting that money, abundance, fruition is here in this world for you to have. And the Knight here is on the world in that abundance. And it's a very new energy, the Knight. Uh, young. But the Knight is in his kingdom, his abundance, and is trusting the outcome, trusting the process in a calm way of just claiming it and allowing it to be there. So this is what the cards have shown. I did not pull them before or anything, just let the energy be and let it manifest. So let yourself enjoy your senses, really get in touch with your body. Rest on this new moon as much as you need. Napping, maybe some beautiful sensual dancing at home with your loved ones, your children, just whatever it might be for you. I'm going to light a candle and I'm going to have a very beautiful sensual time for this new moon. And that is my video. I've never recorded like this before for astrology, but I am so excited to share this, and it just happens to be on a new moon in Taurus where I make it happen. And that is pretty awesome. Yes. So I'm gonna end the video here.